My name is James Williams Jr., and this is Comfortably Havoc number 2. This is not part of my one-man show. This is probably going to get a hell of a lot of feedback from the Donald Trump supporters. So, I posted up on Facebook today. I haven't got any hits back on that yet, but I'm probably going to. So let me go ahead and get this out my system right now. I like to compare Donald Trump to the Red Skull from Hydra, from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, those guys. He has a tyrannical cabinet. He's picked people who have just as much experience as he does for the most part. And they're basically all rich people. And what is Hydra? A group of rich people who wanted to rule the world. Well, now they've done it because Hydra's in the top of the United States of American chain under the order of Donald Trump. So we really could use some real agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now. And I want to drive Lola. Just saying. No. I honestly compare him to the Red Skull due to the fact of the Muslim ban. Alright? He's the only person that I can honestly compare Donald Trump to at this moment in time. Not Genghis Khan or anybody else that some people in society consider tyrants. But the Red Skull's right-hand man was Hitler. And one of those guys that was in Donald Trump's camp was hailing Trump. Doing the little whole thing, the hail Trump thing. It was already on video, so you can't sue me for the shit that I'm saying, just in case one of you guys decide to get uppity. They can find it. It was a big problem when he was doing it, especially with the Jewish community. And now he's done picked on a few religious camps, and now he's going back after that Dakota pipeline, which is why I'm making this video, because the only person that I can really compare him to, living or dead, is the fucking Red Skull from Hydra, or Baron Strucker. I don't think that some people should be entitled to gain power. Donald Trump is one of those people who really should not have been allowed to gain power. My hair is getting on my nerves, so let me get it out of my face real swift like. And I know Hydra is a make-believe group in a make-believe universe with one of the greatest heroes of all time fighting them. No, not Major Victory, because by the time Major Victory exists, there are no radical groups, and humans aren't really on the planet, and neither are mutants, for the most part. Before the creators of Captain America, they made this shield with the red, white, and blue colors. It's not actually supposed to be silver, it's supposed to be white, but for all metallic purposes, I guess they made it silver. And it's supposed to be made out of vibranium. This here is made out of plastic. It does not deflect bullets. And hell no, I'm not stupid enough to try that. Maybe political bullets. So, I honestly think that Hydra does exist, and Donald Trump's the leader. I can't really base it on anything theoretical outside of the racial groups that he has come to put under fire. Mostly now he's about to attack the Native Americans or the First Nation people of the Lakota Sioux Indian tribe. And I'm thinking to myself, Hydra worked with Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was in control of World War II and stopping and causing all kinds of clusterfucks in the world itself, causing everybody to form united militaries and start fighting people. So, as I've said in other videos, that Donald Trump has me worried about if we're all going to get killed because of the decisions that he's going to make. And here we go. Now he's back after another tribe of people. I'm part Cherokee Indian. So it burns my ass that after everything Obama put in place to protect the Lakota Sioux Indians from this pipeline, we have it up again on social media that he's out for the Lakota Indians and he's out to get these goddamn pipeline built. Of course, because he has money invested in it, when he specifically said on one of these interviews that he didn't have no money invested and that he didn't want to do anything. It's out there. You have to find it. He didn't have nothing to do with that. And now that he's the president, bam. Who's the hypocrite now? He's after Lakota again. And I don't think that it's fair that the incoming president can override anything that the outgoing president has done. And I think he may be one of the only ones in history to have done this. And what about the Lakota people? They don't get a say in it, especially now that I heard that he was about to move the army involved in this shit. This may be the first time that I hope that the army disobeys orders. Because this is bullshit. This is straight bullshit. You want to take land that you don't have the right to? There was a treaty somewhere before like 1990 something where Native American land belonged strictly to Native Americans and no one had the right to do anything on it. Native Americans were allowed to build casinos to earn money to support their people and stuff, but non-Native American people couldn't like touch the land. It's a treaty. It's in the government book somewhere. I'm pretty sure they're probably trying to burn that book so that no one else can find it and write about it and all this other stuff. But the concept of you being a person who is not of Native American descent and just think you're going to just dump in and take over landed your people had no business taking from my people in the first damn place. We were willing to share. We weren't willing to give the whole damn fucking country to people, which was done. And they give you little rocks of land. They call reservations. Basically, it's entrapment camps. But you're free, but you're not allowed to do what your people done for years before the paleface came here to take over and do what they fucking want. You know, now every nation, no matter whether you're black, white, or Native American, has had wars with other tribes of their kind. To say that they didn't would be a stone cold lie. Indians fought Indians over land too. But the difference is there was no third or fourth party involved. It was tribe versus tribe for quite a while, and some tribes united and some tribes didn't. Cherokee and Cree are brothers, and Powhatan and somebody else. But most of them pretty much got along up and down the eastern seaboard. And the same thing with the Sioux and the Pueblo. And the only tribes that really didn't get along with most of the tribes was the Mexican tribes of the Mayan, Incan, and Aztec, which is why they were further south and had pretty much conquered that whole land area down there. And then along came Cortez, who fucked up all three of those ranks of tribal Native Americans. And then up in the Americas, the Pilgrims and the French, the Spanish, the Europeans all came for religious freedoms that they didn't have in the old country. You can't have more than one God. You had to either be Christian or Catholic or whatever the hell the story is for all that, which is not my concern. My concern is that they're trying to take Lakota land. They have no right to touch Lakota land, and all that money in the world does not give you the right to break a treaty that existed before any of these rich bastards existed, which goes double for Mr. Trump. Because there's no point of you being an asshat now that you're the president and you're going to undo what Obama did to protect one nation so that your nation can like thrive on it. And then there's that wall. Let's not get me started on that wall. The Mexican country said that there's no fucking way in hell they're going to pay us back or pay for it in general. Now, what in the hell swamp gas is this man smoking? I mean, this is bullshit. So for the people who voted him in, you know, and if you happen to be one of my 21 followers, let me apologize to you now because what I'm about to say may piss you off and you may unsubscribe. That's cool. I'm not going to hold that against you because that's your political affiliation and that's your choice to do so. I have no problem with your choice to do so. I have a problem with his choices of how he's fucking minorities over and how he's fucking over tribal people who were here before any of our people, except for me because I'm part Cherokee, left this land or gave it up by force or by course. The only reason that the Native Americans truly lost any battle that we've had with Europeans or people who were non-native is all about weaponry. You know, bow and arrows go a long way. Bullets go through things a little bit faster, and so do musket balls. So basically, superior weaponry pretty much won the day. Had my great-grandmother, and back then, if there wasn't such a thing as sexism, if she had lived back then, as she told me before she passed, all they had to do was drill holes in the boat. Gunpowder don't fire when it's wet. But that didn't happen. And we have the America that we live in today. But the thing is, we signed treaties granting the First Nations people, whether they're the First Nations from Canada or the First Nations from America. All Native American tribes were granted reservations and treaties that did not allow any government forces to operate on them. That's why you have Native American cops on the reservation. They handle their own justice. They don't let outside influences come in. And basically, the only time an outside influence can come in is if their FBI, CIA, or whatever highly government official did someone from out there committed a crime and came on the tribal land. Most of the time, when that happens, that person is of the tribe, and the tribe decides if you're gonna give him up or not. Have you guys ever seen this movie Thunderheart with Val Kilmer? That's basically the story right there. But most of the time, if a tribal person does something that affects the tribe will probably dispense a different type of justice. And Native justice is not the same as American non-Native justice. I'm trying not to sound like a fucking racist as well as an asshat. I'm totally failing at that. But, you know, when you're on a reservation, their laws apply. Our laws don't. If you grew up on a reservation, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Tribal laws and Western laws don't really mismatch in there, except I think maybe in the case of rape and murder. If you rape a Native lady off the reservation and the cops don't do anything about it, the Native cops come in and ask for permission to hunt this guy down and arrest him because he raped one of their people. This shit has been like this for years. And now you want to rape an entire clan of people by raping them by taking their fucking land. Shame on you, Mr. Trump. Shame on you. You are a populist asshat to try and take people's land for a fucking pipeline. Oh, I'm sorry. You have millions invested in that. Why don't you put that money in that pipeline into that fucking wall that you want built that you would think that Mexico is going to pay us for? You got a lot to learn for your first year out. And if you're going to fuck us up, I'm hoping that the people in Congress and the Senate and the House of Representatives, I hope they know the one thing that can stop a president. It's called impeachment. Good luck with that. I hope they realize what's going on before it's too fucking late. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Rapper number 2, BCNU. And again, to my 21 supporters, if any of you support Donald Trump and you choose not to follow me anymore, I forgive you and I thank you for your support that you have given me so far. Thank you very much. I will not take that shit personally. So if you're taking how I feel about Donald Trump personally, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you get on a boat or a plane or a train and go ask the Lakota Indians how they're about to feel when they have to stand up against the fucking army now. How about you go do that? How about we all pray that we can find a tank man from Tiananmen Square who made a stand against like 6 fucking tanks? Because that's exactly what the Native Americans are about to have to fucking do. When this guy puts in this order to put the United States Army against American people whose ancestors roamed these plains and killed the buffalo to survive and make things before our other people came into this land. How about that? I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2, BCNU.